Gareth, no game at the weekend. Many people would have expected this to be a quiet week. You're in busy planning, I suppose, not just for the 10 games ahead, but looking further afield now following the news of Rob Kubiaks' takeover of the club.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to have your downtime when you can, especially if you're a player. And the Bury game being this weekend coming, it seems to have fallen into our laps really, to be able to manufacture a break, and I think it's come at a good time. I think the boys, we always do this every year, I think I'm known for giving a bit of time off and maybe sacrificing that game on a Saturday when we come back, but we've always finished well for the last 2 seasons when we've done it, or 3 seasons I think now. So David Waite's sort of spawned the idea of this, and unfortunately this year we haven't got that Saturday. We've got a full week next week prior to Burton, and the boys are back in this weekend anyway, training, but we gave them a few days off in the early part of the week, and I think a few have gone away, and time with their families is really important. But I found it really important to come in and sort of align with Rob, who's come over this week. With no game at weekend, I think he's showing his commitment to the club. He wants to come over and try and get things sorted, and with no game this weekend, it enables him to speak with the staff here, the playing staff as well, and really put forward his vision of what he wants, both short term and long term. I think it was really important to plan that, and alongside that, I've still got to do the end of season, pre-season, new signings. Lads are out of contract, we want to speak to these as well. So there's plenty to go on as a football manager, just because you don't see us on the training pitch or the touchline. There's always something going on, and so coming in and being able to speak to Rob face to face with no distractions of a game at weekend has been very profitable.
You mentioned short-term planning. There are now less than 2 months of the season left. It's bonkers to think that Wycombe Wanderers could finish those 2 months as a Championship football club. It's there as a real possibility. How much does that challenge excite you? At the same time, how much do you have to keep your feet grounded and those around you as well?
Yeah, we've got to think about being a Championship club because the chance is there, but we've also got to be very realistic and plan for EFL 1 as well, and I think it's difficult because when you're planning and when you're talking about it, you don't want to jinx it, but Dobbo will probably tell me off and saying there's no such thing as jinxing, but we'll differ on that one. We're planning for both aspects, that we're way ahead of any plan. Rob, when I first met him in June, all he wanted to do was stay in League One to give him a chance to acquire the club and give him a chance to plan for the future and long-term Championship goals. Little did he know, and believe me, little did I know, and anyone else who's watching this probably, that we would be sat, in the top 4 come with 10 games to go. Things could change on Saturday, obviously, with the fixtures around us, but still, with the running we have, with the games we have, and some tough games to come, but some good ones at home as well, there's no reason why Wycombe Wanderers can't be picking up the same amount of points as everyone else around us, and that's what we're aiming for. So it's very exciting, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Everyone's coming fit. Jack Grimmer, who's been paid for himself to go to abroad to train with David Waite, it's fantastic that he's done that, and he wants to come back, really, hit the ground running, and he'll be back for the Burton game, and Fred obviously getting more minutes under his belt, and the boys are all training, but next week we'll be dissecting the Doncaster one a little bit, but not too much, because we've been on a good run, and it's important to get a win against Burton and cement our position in this top 6. That's what I want to do.
Some people may have expected changes to come in the summer and not to kind of throw any curveballs in the season. Rob has brought Andrew Howard back into the fold almost straight away after that takeover completion. Somebody that you've worked with so closely over the previous 5 years. How great is it to have such a support alongside you and Richard going forward?
Yeah, do you know, Andrew was just immense when he came in, right back at the the start of 13-14, I think it was, and he was just instrumental in making things happen and delivering. He's a man who delivers and he likes people around him to deliver. And I think that it's quite a shrewd move by Rob. You know, I'm not saying he didn't consult me. Of course, we spoke at length, but Andrew's he's proven track record of what he can do. But having said that, I've had support from all the chairmen. You know, right at the start, with Don and Trevor coming in has been fantastic and took over the mantle of that. So Rob now, just looking forward to working with him as chairman. And Andrew, I think he'd be a great guy, some great experience and you know, a great sounding board sometimes when we've come up against things. I know he's quite tough to deal with as well sometimes, which will help me with various things. But he's also all Wycombe and you know, he couldn't commit the time. That's why he left. But I think he's ready to come back, commit the time. He's watched every game. He knows all about us, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of work with Andrew going forward, as well as Pete and Rob, who probably will be a little bit more distant in New Orleans. But no, they're all so focused on taking this club forward and just making us bigger and better. Plans for the stadium, plans for the football, plans for off the field. Very exciting times. The takeover almost sort of went under the radar because there was a game, but believe me, we're well and truly been taken over, and there's a new era coming, and I'm looking forward to it.
And it's a sign of the club's progress as well that a B team is being talked about, or at least giving you the opportunity to widen the squad available and give more game time to players that may not be getting it at the moment.
Yeah, on the football side, it's real progress. You know, I know people would love an academy back here and a youth team, but to start that, we'd have to go right down to 9-10-year-olds because all the best 15, 16, 17-year-olds have been taken elsewhere and clubs, and so we wouldn't see any benefit from that for a long time. Having said that, we want to put the team in place where the academy would go into. We're going to sort of build downwards, you know, and that B team, if you want to call it, is the first step. Like you say, it gives players who aren't in the first team, in the first 11, game time, which is something a footballer loves, you know. And some of my players haven't played a lot this season. They'll want to play games. That's what you want to do as a footballer. Gets them up to speed. So that helps. We'll also be able to sign some younger talent, not the kids we're talking about, but this group, 18 to 20s, you know, that will hopefully, you know, we'll be able to progress some of them into the first team squad, and who knows, get some assets. We've got, you know, my right hand man is one of the best at developing the youngsters. He's got a proven record. And it gives us scope as well to, you know, just to try different things in the squad and B team, and just expand a little bit with the staff. And we're going to need more things. The training ground will be we'll have to cope with more people and all these logistical things that we've never been able to do. But Rob and Pete coming in is just fantastic for the football club, and hopefully we can build a solid structure for when we really are a bigger club and we are challenging for that next level.
So as the league's longest serving manager, having just signed a new contract, you sort of get the impression that your enthusiasm is as strong as ever.
You know, if anyone wants to talk to me about challenge, come and try and manage a football club. Any one of the 92 is a challenge, so taking on the challenge is every day. And if anyone wants to talk to me about ambition, I'm ambitious. So is Rob, so is Pete. I'm really looking forward to what we can achieve here. I'm so pleased they've put the faith in me. I'm so pleased the fans put their faith in them, and the whole group of us can take Wycombe Wanderers forward. Really looking forward to it. It's not always easy, it's not always smooth, it never is here, but we've been through some pretty tough times, and that makes the good times even better, and hopefully there'll be plenty more good times. You never know, might be this year.